Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Saturday. All right, guys. Well, we're back to talk about a lot. Andy Cohen is not only addressing Erika and Jesse Solomon's alleged hookup, but also Lindsay Hubbard and Dolores Catania, which I've gotten a lot of shit about this, by the way. And yeah, I feel pretty good about his answer. Since everybody was like, Adam, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay. Okay. So before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's do the damn thing. All right, guys. So I wanted to start with the Andy Cohen addressing Erika and Jesse Solomon. So what allegedly happened, which if you guys listen, this is like you must be living under a rock if you haven't heard this one. There were reports that said that Erika and Jesse, I guess, had this romantic encounter, a fling. And do I think that she's ever going to date somebody like Jesse? No. And that's not a diss to Jesse. I don't think that's her type. I think her type is like old and rich. And also, two, I think that the girl just wants to have fun. She probably just wants to do her thing, have some good sexy time, and it is what it is. But it was an episode that came out on May 14th, so just not that long ago, where they apparently met up after. And then they also met during the NBC upfronts. And so he was asked about it. And when he was asked about the hookup, he said, listen, I'm in favor of everyone hooking up, which is really playing coy about it, which my middle name is Coy. I'm Adam Coy Newell. And I know how to do that better than anybody. So yes, that was a lighthearted sort of take on the situation, but I think that we can read in between the lines. Now, on top of that, you guys know that Jesse Solomon has this controversial past, but then again, so does Erika Jayne, where there were accusations against Jesse for gaslighting Lexi Woods. And she described him as dangerous to date. Again, I don't think Erika would ever want to date him, but if you want to say dangerous to date, like I think Erika would be also dangerous to date. So you guys would be two peas in a pod. Now, when it comes to the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, I came on here and said that I heard through the grapevine that Dolores Catania has gotten a summer home in Rhode Island in order to film the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. And people were like, Adam, that's not true. That's not what's going on. And I was like, okay. They're like, Andy said that that's not going to happen. I said, okay, that's not going to happen. However, literally he was asked about it and he said, you know what? I think, first of all, we haven't even started shooting that show yet, but Dolores may be appearing on the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, but not necessarily in a friend or full-time capacity. She has authentic roots there. And the idea is where she would set a tone, but not as an official cast member. And he said, I think that this has been a little bit overstated. It's really about who's in Rhode Island. Yeah. I think he just pretty much confirmed to us that she will be there in some capacity, which is what I said, but we just don't know what that looks like yet. Now, as for Lindsay Hubbard, she did give an apartment tour. Now, listen, she's showcasing her new apartment where you can see this place is absolutely stunning. She moved out of the apartment that she shared with her ex-fiance, Carl Radke, and now she's in her new place with her daughter, Gemma, and her baby's father, Turner Koof. They're not currently living together, but she did say, I'm trying to avoid adding pressure to the relationship, especially after a quick progression into pregnancy. And, they are considering factors like school districts for Gemma and future living arrangements. But she did admit that if she hadn't become pregnant early on in this relationship, they might not have stayed together because they do have really different lifestyles. She's very public and he's very private. And yeah, I would imagine that at some point that would drive a wedge in any relationship. Going to the Lexi Wood, though.
It's just sort of like, Lexi, why are you upset? This relationship was a joke. Like, it was only 6 weeks. Like, blah, 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 blah. Now, I have so many things to say about this. First of all, it doesn't matter how short this relationship was because they were exclusive, and any of the other girls would have flipped their shit if the situation was in reverse. Also, he told her he loved her. She met his parents. They were together all the time. So, again, 6 weeks or not, they were in a relationship. If you think about shows like Bachelor in Paradise or all of that, those people only know each other for 6 weeks, and a lot of those people get married, and we take those relationships as super genuine. And something else we know about Lexi is that she doesn't do situationships. She doesn't do flings. So while the fandom is sitting here being like, oh, you're so upset about a fling, it wasn't a fling to her. She wouldn't have gone into it as a fling. There was a situationship between like Sierra and Austin that was barely even a situationship. He wasn't into her. They were never in a relationship. And there was a situation where he came to the house, ended up making out with Lindsay, and she was so upset about her situationship with Austin that she threw a glass at Danielle's chest. A guy who was not her even boyfriend.
So let me just say really quick, I agree with the Bravo investigator on this one. I don't think that she's wrong about any of it. And yeah, you're sitting here and we're like, listen, Lexi Wood, get over it. It's a TV show. And yes, it is a TV show. But when you include parents and you include all of the things, yeah, people tend to get pretty pissed off. So I'm not shocked by that. Last but not least, this one got me thinking about Wicklow drama. Janet Caperna admitting that, well, she came off a little cocky in her first season.
Fan of reality TV and certainly understanding how it works. How did you approach going in? Like, did you have, I guess, you know, and the reason I ask this is because I guess more my actual criticism of your character that I watch is if I was being generous, I would say, this is someone who knows reality TV. Maybe you were a fan, whatever, all that aside, but like that you want to play the villain. That you want to stick your nose in where sometimes it doesn't belong, that you want to call out people for things because as a character, whether I'm critical or not, like you are giving and I pay attention to scenes that you're in, and villains are stars of shows. And so, yeah, like sometimes you say shit that I'm like, why would you fucking say shit like that? Like you, as a human being, if you were in my friend group, I would take exception to how you call out some of your friends. That would be my actual criticism. But how would you respond to that?
I think even knowing, you know, being a reality TV fan, watching Sheena, Ariana, my friends, Katie, everybody do this for years and years. I maybe went in season 1 a little cocky thinking like, I know how this all works in that, like, you have to share, you have to give your opinion, you have to do this stuff. I think as much as you can like almost watch everybody else do it, there's nothing that can really prepare you for having it be your life, your group of friends, you know, real stuff happening that you have to address.
I think that's a fair assessment. Okay. Hopefully everybody got the answer they were looking for. Guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Pop off in the comment section. Happy Saturday. I hope it's beautiful there wherever you're at. Grab your sunglasses. Go sit by a pool. Grab yourself a mimosa. And we'll see you later.